This is Tales of Swordfall.
Episode 22, Norrick's Madness. Dirker, you've been going up this road for quite a while, and the main bulk of let's call them the militia, has started to thin, and there's only a few people left. Um, you look, if you ever look back, you actually see that now Bramby Clearing seems to be having some smoke and fire in it as well, but you haven't seen any kobolds pass you by.
Hmm. And does it look like, I mean, when I'm trekking through, I'm guessing this is forested area, right? Like forest and
Yeah,
valley and...
it's like there's a few groves and it's hills and
Mhm.
it's a very nice place. It looks
It's Hobbiton.
yeah, it's Hobbit country.
Hmm. They've got hills and light forest and some thicker parts and, yeah, hills. Little hills. Got it.
And probably the worst thing out here are like dire wolves,
Yeah. But as long as they let them eat some of their sheep every so often, they don't bother the townsfolk probably. So, when I'm going through, I'm keeping my eyes out, looking for also like, are there signs of kobolds anywhere besides just seeing them? Have they even ventured off of the paths at all?
Well, that sounds like investigation or survival.
Survival it is.
And survival is 15.
Mhm.
Yeah, you start looking, and you start looking for signs of kobolds as you're traveling to the west, and it doesn't seem like they've gotten this far.
Interesting.
And as the one soldier did say before, that it seemed like they came from more westward,
Yeah.
and you can see from like the hills and everything, there are mountain ranges far off, like
Mm-hmm.
about 2 or 3 days travel.
Got it.
And
So,
there's actually like mountains lining the um,
edge of the lake.
northwestern part of the
Yeah.
lake and stuff. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really pretty. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna have dragons and stuff nearby, those might be places where you'd find them.
They're like, yes, it is really pretty. I think I'll move into the neighborhood.
And the
Got it.
dragon's like, "Oh yeah, you are, aren't ya?"
Yeah. Okay. Um, I mean, my goal is to try and get as close as I can to Longborough without getting myself killed, so I can get as much information as possible.
That's
So,
usually what scouting is. Yes.
yep, that's that's uh that's my job. So I'm gonna keep trying to scout and push forward.
Yep. You start pushing forward and roll me a d20.
A die of fate. Natural one.
Oh gosh. So how far off the path have you gone so far?
Um, let's see. How far would I? I'd basically be as far enough away from the path that I could be with still knowing where it was, if that makes sense. Um, so I mean, several hundred feet at
Uh,
least, if not farther.
so as you're traveling, and you may have like gone a little bit further than a few hundred feet, but
Mm-hmm.
you can still see. It wasn't very heavily forested, so you could still see like the path in the distance.
Yep.
But then it seems like you go into a grove and it starts getting really, really thick.
Mm.
And so much so that, you know, you're getting the old forest smell, the trees are starting to blot out the light, um, and you come upon an area.
And are the trees talking?
No,
Ooh.
there is a fire, a controlled fire, bonfire, in the middle of this clearing. But even though it's a clearing, it seems like no direct sunlight is in there, even though it is like, mid afternoon and winter. And you see three tents made out of harsh leather, and it seems like they're using like bones or like haggard sticks to make these tents stand up. You notice that. Oh, let's see what else you notice. You have an 18 passive perception. Just roll me a perception overall. Let's see what
Okay.
else. What other
Oh,
details?
25.
25. You see through space and time. No. Uh, so
What's in the dark grove? Fun.
you can see in the shadows of this dark grove, um, eyes that brightly shine with the surrounding light, but you can't actually see the figures, just the
Hmm.
eyes. And there are three women around this bonfire. One wearing red, one wearing yellow, one wearing blue.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
So Floki runs into three hags in the forest. Um, or witches, or coven, whatever you want to call them.
Well,
Got it.
you can tell that they're like divinely pretty women.
I'm sure.
Yeah. They're almost like fey pretty.
Yeah.
Well, no, they are fey pretty.
Yeah. Um, I you can tell me yay or nay, or you can have me roll on this, but I would say Floki spent enough time in the woods and enough time reading about the woods and the things around it and the old things that make the world move and stop that he would probably think these are some kind of fey witches trying to be pretty. But who knows if that's true or not? But that's his suspicion. He's like, hmm.
Given your background and from where you're from, um, since you were close enough to the borders of the Elven kingdoms where fey creatures just run rampant, yeah, I
Mhm.
would. Your suspicion of, huh, these could be horrible creatures just looking like pretty faces.
Mhm.
So yes, I would say yes. Your suspicion is
Probably well founded.
well founded.
Yep. Well, Floki thinking about what he probably knows about witches. It's not like he stumbled into them. They probably had something to do with him stumbling into them. So he's not going to be rude and leave. Because they probably wouldn't like that. And he'll come up and to the. You said they're around the fire, right?
Yeah, they're sitting around the fire. The one in yellow is actually she's standing. She's a bit over the fire. She's looking
Mm-hmm.
directly at you. Actually, all of them are directly looking at you. One, uh, I think it's the blue one, is looking at you, and she's watching you like your every move.
Mm-hmm.
The one in red seems to be looking past you, but no matter where you move, her gaze is your way. And the one in yellow, she's looking at you like anyone else would look at you.
So the blue one's very intense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're taking notes.
And finally, the yellow one speaks up.
I'm rummaging in my pack while they're speaking up. But continue.
Hmm. Are you lost, traveler?
Well, I didn't think that I was, but now I'm here. And if I'm here, I suppose I'm not lost. Um, I don't have much on me right now. I was on my way just scouting about. But I do have a present for each of you fine women. And he pulls out three of the four gems that he has on him and offers the ladies each one gem.
They actually look very surprised and very pleased.
And he just smiles an awkward smile, like, meh.
Yeah, it's like,
You know,
okay, cool, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Can I go now?
Take this, please. Take my gems worth 74 gold each, please.
Don't turn me into a toad.
Exactly.
And they offer you a seat. For one gift, we'll give another gift. Please sit.
Yes. Yes, I will sit.
And even though you don't remember there being a like log or a stump to sit on as you
Oh,
approach them, there
some toad just pops up or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
something is there now for you to sit on.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. I have been walking for a bit now. And he puts one leg over the knee of the other and makes
Yeah,
himself comfortable, you know.
and your journey is going to take you a lot further.
Hmm,
So, you have the first one.
I suppose I do.
And you know what it brings.
Well, I wouldn't say that I know, but I've been shown that something it might be able to do. Who knows if it's a trick?
The old gods do not trick. They mostly just do, especially when they can get in this plane.
Hmm. Takes out his notebook, writes that down.
It's like, doesn't trick, just do. Got it.
Yep. Yep. Certainly know a lot about them.
um, the one in red kind of gives you this almost saucy smile.
Hmm.
She's not saying anything, but you can tell, like, if she had some kind of retort, she would say it about now. But she remains silent, like the blue one.
Hmm. He looks at her expectingly, but I'm assuming nothing happens.
No,
Just like, hmm?
the yellow one keeps talking, though.
Yep.
So, do you want to know what is now, or what there will be?
Um, the funny thing about having someone tell you what will be is it doesn't actually tend to change the outcome from what I've read. Usually you know about what that person was talking about right when it starts to happen. And you're like, oh yeah, that person said that thing. Here it is. Um, and about now, there's so much I don't even know what I'd want to know.
How about we first start off with Norrick and Rayanne?
Sure.
Norrick has gone crazy because of the cursed object around his neck.
Oh,
And I think you already know Rayanne's current problem, amongst many problems.
she does have a tendency to get herself intertwined in things, doesn't she?
Her paladin friend made a drop in the pool, and something from the dark noticed.
Hmm. He's writing notes in his
Yep.
head. I'm writing notes.
And currently, your friend Norrick, well, was foolishly given a potion, and now he has the strength of a storm giant. And they all
I was
kind of
hoping to get that potion for myself. But continue.
they all kind of just like grin at each other like there is a giant joke going on.
Yeah.
You're at a crossroads now. You can go back, help your friends, or you can see where that puzzle piece is.
Hmm. That is quite the predicament. I take it you're insinuating that I have time and the power to try and help them, actually? Because that sounds like the kind of situation I'd get broken in half.
Well, it's either be broken by your friends, or be broken by kobolds.
I suppose if I had to choose, I'd rather have a friend kill me than some kobold. Unless it was a very, very spectacular kobold.
And what do you say, little one? And
Looks
Khalees,
down to Khalees.
Khalees looks and just goes, "Eh." And the blue one takes out a bag and puts down a fish.
Tyrker smiles very genuinely at that and looks to the blue one who hasn't spoken yet. You know, I've been trying to think about what to do with Khalees. And I'm sure they know that means havoc.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not well suited for parenting a baby owlbear. She's almost gotten herself killed several times.
And
If
yet,
you're interested,
she's here. And she loves you. The other one's still doing all the speaking.
yeah. I look over the yellow one and then back at the blue one. And I'm going back and forth between all of them now. Like my
Yeah.
eyes.
The the blue and red one, they are just staring at you with different looks.
Yeah.
And like you start noticing like every time you like flinch a muscle or anything, the blue one just dead focuses on that.
Yep.
Every pulse that you have that she can physically see, it seems like she is focusing on everything physical.
That's the blue one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my note was intense.
Intense!
um
Staring intensifies.
in a way I would say I love her too. Or him. But if I keep going the way I have been with this owlbear, this cub, she's going to die before she grows up. I've accepted that. But if you're interested, looking back at the blue witch, I would happily let you raise her.
Suddenly, you get an intense feeling
Mm-hmm.
of just this isn't the right thing to say. Like a nagging doubt is in the back of your mind. It just
Still
kind of floods you.
Don't let them turn your owlbear into a demon. Okay. But I suppose you're right, looking at the yellow one. I wonder if I can find her an owlbear family out in this forest.
She has a different fate, and it is with you, and it's for a very long time.
Well, I hope you're not saying she's going to eat me, but if so, so be it.
You accept being devoured very easily.
Well, I do what I can with what I do. I have my will, but if something's fated to be, I don't know if I can change it or not. What I've learned, the parts of things that you're told are fated generally don't change. That's why the seers speak in such vague riddles. Well,
Well, as
I
we
don't
said,
know what other pets I have in here. He's digging in his bag again, trying to break the awkward
yeah,
conversation.
as I said, you are at a crossroads, and you can choose.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna go back to try and save my friends, although I suspect that Norrick might kill me in the process, or Gavin might carry me around, or Rayanne might stop and teleport and kill me herself. Who knows? But all I've got left, oh, 2 mushrooms. I don't have enough of these for each of you, and it's the last of my supply. Do any of you like these? The food of the gods?
Oh, they can come in use. And both the blue one and the red one get up and approach you.
He puts on like a kind of a mountain face and like reaches the both of them out, like one on each arm to each one of them.
All right, and they do that thing where you're holding out your hand and they slip their hand across yours.
Just go.
Uh, give me give me a con save.
Okay. So 14 on my con save.
14. Yeah.
Not great.
Um, you just get an overwhelming, like, someone just complimented you. Like, a lot of people are like, you did a good thing, congratulations. You know, you're getting all those endorphins just kind of like pumped into you. You're not sure where from, but there is someone has thanked you.
Please stay tuned for the next part of this episode.
Please consider listening to these podcasts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Where the Wild Things Roll. My name is John, and I will be your host and DM for this 5th edition actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast set in the world of Ravarna. This podcast might be a tad different from others you've listened to. The two players will be my 12-year-old son, Kinnick, and my 10-year-old daughter, Kaylee, as they learn to play D&D through their very first campaign. We will pick up with our adventurers as they finish their time at Paduke's Adventurers Guild, as they take their practical exams in dungeoneering, magical beasts, weapons and armor, puzzle solving, diplomacy, history of the world, and magical cause and effect before they are set out into the world. Can our two adventurers pass their classes, and become full-fledged members of the Adventurers Guild? You'll have to tune in and find out next time on Where the Wild Things Roll.
Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.